All right, welcome to today's class on listings and landing pages. My name is Leah with Scott Leroy Marketing. In today's class, I'll be taking you through the basics of how to create a landing page within KW Command, and this is one of my favorite features in Command, so I think you're really going to like it. I'm going to show you how to make a single property landing page, so basically a landing page to promote a just listed property or just sold. I'm going to show you how to create an open house sign-in sheet so you can start to capture leads more easily right from your open house. And I'm also going to show you how to make a neighborhood landing page show you how listings come into Command and how leads are captured from these landing pages. So to get started on all of that, let's go ahead and log into Command. So if you're not already, please follow me to agent.kw.com to log into Command. All right, so agent.kw.com, I remember that like it's the agent login for kw.com. And it's a great thing to bookmark as well. So if you haven't added that to your bookmarks bar, you can absolutely do that, and it will, you'll be going to this site daily as a KW agent. And go ahead and put in your username and password. Just a reminder, the username is not case sensitive, but the password is typically. So your password will require an uppercase letter, lowercase letter, and a number in case that helps. If you're having any trouble logging in with your password, first of all, I feel you. I know I have like 9 million passwords myself. So feel free to click forgot password on there. It should allow you to reset that right away. If need be, if you have any trouble resetting that, shoot us an email, support@scottleroymarketing.com. We just need your MyKW username and we can reset your password immediately so you can participate with class. All right, so as you're working on getting logged in, if you are logged in, let's go ahead and do just a tad bit of housekeeping. I need to check on your contact information that will be auto-filling onto every landing page. So to do that, if you could click on your name on the very top right of Command, and then Settings from that drop-down. And I'll try to point out noteworthy moments in today's class in case you're taking notes on what I would recommend jotting down. This would be one of them. So I'm going to show you how you can update your contact information throughout every single item in Command. It's all through this one section, your Command marketing profile. So I would jot down these steps and I'll explain further once we get there, but click your name on the top right of Command, Settings from that drop down. Then on the left-hand side, let's click on Connect Settings. And then that's where you'll see the marketing profile. And I'll go through those steps one more time here. All right, but what this section does before I repeat those steps is this section is where your contact information pulls from for pretty much anything you create in Command. So your Command IDX website, your mobile app, any landing pages created, smart plans sent in the system, design pieces, email designs. All your contact information will pull from this one spot. So the beautiful thing is if you get a new logo or a new email, phone number, whatever the case may be, you can update it here and it will update on every tool within your Command account. So again, how we got here, in case you'd like to jot this down, your name on the top right of Command. So step 1, click your name on the top right of Command. Step 2, select Settings. Step 3, connect Settings on the left-hand side. And lastly, step 4, the marketing profile. It's the only option. So if this page is blank for you, first of all, please note that we can fill this out for you. Okay, so if this is blank and you would like us to fill this out for you, feel free. I'm going to put in the chat just the link that you can fill out a short form. Again, it's in the Zoom chat. I just put it in there. If you fill out the short form in there after class is fine. We'll go through and we'll set up your Command marketing profile and your Command IDX website for you for free, of course. So if you would like us to do that, again, the link is in the Zoom chat. It's just scottleroymarketing.com/command if you're watching this recorded. Now, as you're filling this in, or if this is already filled in, please just scroll through and ensure everything is correct, because again, this will autofill on everything in Command. All right, so scroll through, you can see that there's fields with this red star, the red asterisk. That indicates that you have to fill it in to save it. And you'll see that a lot throughout Command, this red star. So anytime you see a bunch of fields on a page in Command, keep an eye out for that red star, because those are really the main items you need to fill out in order to save that, right? feel free to go ahead and scroll to the very bottom. And you'll see just some additional places for some your social links, like for Facebook, Twitter, Facebook pixels. And these are things, guys, on the bottom. You know, if you're interested in Facebook pixels or Google Analytics being set up, these are things we can set up for you. So, you know, during class, if anything pops out like that, or if you want us to add your social media links, jot it down, shoot us an email after class, and we can go ahead and let you know what we need to get that done for you. Jared, good question. The question is, how do you remove a team logo? That's a little fickle. I think we have a workaround. Jared, if you don't mind emailing support@scottlauremarketing.com and just let us know that you need a team logo removed. I think we still have a workaround. I know KWRI has been changing that to make it easier, but shoot us an email. We should be able to fix that for you. I know that's an issue to getting that off. All right, but if you have not already, not sure if I said this, but click save on the bottom. If you made any changes, you'll want to click save. Right, and that's really all the housekeeping that I need to do back here. And I know that was a really quick explanation of this section. But of course, you know, come back here after class, take your time going through this, filling it in, making sure it's correct. Shoot us an email if you need any help. Okay, so where I want to start class is actually in the listing section of Command. I want to talk about how your listings get into Command. So if you can join me on the left-hand side menu, the listing section of Command will be the second icon to the bottom. It looks like a little listing sign. Okay, so again, that's the second icon from the bottom for the listings section of Command. And just a quick spiel on learning Command with this menu on the left-hand side. As you're starting to learn the navigation of Command, I would recommend clicking the KW logo on the top left because it'll pan out this menu. So you can start to see, you know, okay, what does each icon mean? You know, to give you an idea, a little bit of a smoother transition as you start to navigate around Command. So, and honestly, guys, I know that learning new technology is absolutely overwhelming. I always tell myself, okay, just breathe. This is going to be fun, learning new technology. It's fun. And then my blood pressure is out the roof within minutes. So I know how you're feeling. However, you know, if you have some time this weekend, just like 30 minutes to sit down, grab a glass of wine, and literally just click through this Command menu on the left-hand side here to kind of start getting an idea of, okay, what does Command even have to offer me? Right, by the end of that, you won't be a pro on those sections, but you'll have a good idea of what tools Command offers to then learn more about with one of our 10-minute videos, for example, or shooting us an email and we can give you more resources on that item. Okay, so again, the best way to learn Command, just really start clicking. You can't break it. Go down this menu on the left-hand side and start playing with it. And then we're here to help expand your knowledge, of course. All right, spiel done on learning new technology. So now we're on the listing section of Command on the left-hand side. And this is the KWLS 2.0. Now, when you first click on the listings section of Command, you should be seeing your listings in theory if you have any available listings, so any active listings in the MLS rather. Okay, if you are not seeing your listings there, first of all, your listings are in Command most likely. KW is just working on grouping them individually for agents under the My KWLS option. So I'll show you how to search your listings separately. However, if your listings are not displaying under My KWLS, which is just a convenient tool for you to be able to more easily find your listings, you can shoot KWRI a quick message. So if you click on the question mark on the top right of Command, this chat with support option, that is a live chat with KW support, and you can just shoot them, let them know that your listings are not showing up under My listings, under My KWLS. Just shoot them your name and your agent MLS ID, and they should be able to push that through, and it'll be fixed permanently going forward. Just a heads up, if you do ever need to reach out to KW support, that's who created the system. This chat with support option is really helpful. Okay, but just a heads up, when it first responds, it'll be a bot, and it'll give you some options with articles. If you just respond again, it'll give you typically the live chat option to talk further, just so you keep an eye out for that. These should be any listings that are in the MLS. So Robert, to answer your question, listings, only sale or rental as well. So rental as long as they are active in the MLS as well. Yeah, I believe right here you're seeing only your active listings, but all listings in general, like your under contract listings as well, will be found under the listing search. So let's take a look at that. If you can switch on over to the listing search option at the top, that will actually show you, and this is pretty cool, guys. So this will actually show you automatically every single listing across the entire country. So the entire US, parts of Canada, all listings, as long as they're active in whatever MLS board, even if you're not a part of that MLS board in California or Florida, you will still have access to see every single listing live on any MLS across the country right from your command account. So that's very cool. That was not a feature in the past KW technology. Secondly, all of your listings will automatically pull over into command. Now, we're seeing that they're pulling over within at least 24 hours. So once you make them active in the MLS, they should be pulling over to command within 24 hours. I have heard KWRI's goal is every 16 minutes that feed updates. So chances are it'll probably pull over even quicker. 24 hours should be the max amount of time, but your listing will automatically pull over to the KWLS 2.0. Now, let me tell you why that's important. These listings will be available for your clients to search through any tool associated with command. So your mobile app, for example, your KW command website, your listing landing page that I'm going to show you how to create next, smart plan. So anytime that you have, if your clients go to your command IDX website, they will not only be able to search listings in the MLS board you're a part of, they can search listings across the entire US. Okay, so anywhere they are, if you have a friend in California, but you're in Michigan, they can still use your mobile app. They can still use your KW command website because they can search all listings across the entire US and parts of Canada right from your command tools. So very cool feature. Oh, if you guys aren't showing a map, so first of all, make sure this map is on. But for this section specifically, you do need to have your location services on for your browser. That's the little pop-up that says something like, do you want Google Chrome to know your location? And it's a little creepy, but you want to click on yes so it can find your listings a little easier. And then as far as if your listings aren't showing in the My KWLS, you can absolutely search for your listings right here. So based on property address or MLS number, I find searching by MLS number is easiest personally. But you can search by the MLS number. That should pull up even your under contract and sold properties in here as well. Like here's a pending one, for example. These are a bunch of pendings. So you can pull those up right away. Okay, and again, this will allow us to create listing landing pages with these properties. It'll allow us to create Facebook ads with these properties and pull all the details from the MLS. So it's a very cool feature. And now let me show you how to actually integrate it into a landing page. Yeah, if you guys don't have any listings showing here, like when I'm viewing this in Chrome Incognito, which is my private browser, it won't show any properties because I have my location services turned off. Like my browser doesn't know where I am. So if you're not seeing listings pull up automatically, it's probably the browser you're in. So shoot us an email and I can help you, figure out how to turn that on for your browser. However, if you also just search here, it should actually start pulling up the listings. It just doesn't know your location off default like mine does. It knows my location, my browser. I allowed it to. So that's why it's pulling up these homes off default. If you're not seeing that, just simply search and you should see the homes start to pull up. Let me know if you guys have further questions. Yeah, no problem. That confused me for a really long time. Where'd they go? Where are the listings? All right. So now let's talk about implementing these listings into a listing landing page so you can start capturing leads from your active listings. All right. So to get started on landing pages, that is actually the very bottom icon in command. So the very bottom left icon will be the consumer icon. The idea behind this consumer section is this is all the tools for your clients, like tools for your website, landing pages, and app, and guide builder. All right, but we're gonna focus on landing pages, of course. And so to kickstart that, let's go ahead and click create a new page on the top right. So again, if I lost anyone, where I am is on the very bottom left icon in command. So the consumer icon. And let's go ahead and click create a new page on the top right. Okay. So we're going to select the second option, which is as a landing page. So you have two options here. You have one where you can create a custom page on your Command IDX website, separate class for that. And today's class, we are creating as a landing page. So if the question in your head is, what the heck is a landing page? It's a good one. Okay, so let's talk about that. So a landing page, it's called different things. You'll hear it called like a funnel page or a squeeze page. But the idea behind a landing page is that it's a single property website that will allow you to capture leads. So the idea is that you are trading the person, whoever's viewing the landing page, you're trading them something of value for their contact information. Okay, and I'll give you examples of that. But when I'm on the internet, for example, and I get to a web page, it's like, oh, great, give me your contact information. What do? I run as fast as I can to a different website that I don't have to give my contact information to. So, and alternatively, you want to give them incentive to give them or for them to give you their contact information, right? So what of value can you give them in return for their contact information? Is that a 10% off coupon at Lowe's? Is that a free CMA on their house? Is that a private showing on the listing that they're interested in? And so that's the idea, and I'll talk more about that as we go through, but what can you provide them of value for their contact information? That's what a landing page is in general. So go ahead and select that, and let's click Create Page. All right, now creating a landing page is shockingly easy, I find, because of these widgets on the right-hand side. Make our life so much easier. So notice these widgets on the right-hand side, and then you'll notice this big white blank page in the middle. Okay, so that's going to be our landing page. So what we need to do is decide which widgets we want, and it will start building our landing page. So I'm going to recommend a few. Feel free to pick any of them that you want so you can see what they do. All right, but right now I'm going to show you how to create a listing landing page or a just sold landing page so you can start promoting your new listing or the listing you just sold. So the first thing I usually start with is the branded header. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and click on that widget on the right-hand side, hold my mouse, so click and hold, and drag it to the blank screen on the left-hand side, and then you can release your mouse. And at this point, try not to worry too much if you notice something incorrect on the widget you dropped. We will go through and be customizing these. So right now, we are just trying to create the layout of our landing page. So again, I started with that branded header. If you would like to click, hold your mouse, bring it over and drop it. Okay, the next thing I usually add is, since I'm creating a listing landing page, is the listing information. So let's go ahead and click on that listing widget. Third one down here. Click, hold to drag. And then just something further I want to point out to you guys, you'll see this green bar floating around. I just note that shows you where you're dropping this widget. So is it above the other widget you laid? Is it below it? And you can release your mouse once you're ready. Now I know once you drop this is not your listing. I wish it was. I wish it was my home for that matter. All right, but of course we'll be customizing this listing, right, to actually be your listing. However, right now you're looking at the layout. So you're seeing that the layout looks like we have the photos, we have the information on beds, baths, square footage pulling over from the MLS. We have the description from the MLS, all the photos and so forth. So this looks very professional in my opinion, and all we had to do was click on this widget and drop it, and it creates this beautiful layout. So I do really like this feature. All right, so a couple more things I might recommend on the right-hand side. So again, you can play with any of these options on the right-hand side. However, adding certain things like a market snap. I like this one, so I'll add that just so you can see what it does. So I'm adding that market snap, and again, I'm just clicking, holding, and dragging over to the landing page on the left-hand side. And this will show neighborhood stats. Okay, and again, we're going to customize this to the neighborhood of your listing. So this will show them active and sold stats for the neighborhood that they're looking in, or that this listing's in, rather. Now, something I always include on every single landing page that I create, and I would recommend you do the same, is always include the lead form. Okay, the lead form is just capturing their lead information. You'll see what I mean. So I want to put that a little further up, right? So this is the widget on the bottom, but I want to put the lead capture form between these two widgets. So I'll show you how to do that. It's nothing crazy. You'll just click, hold your mouse, and you'll see that green bar is displaying between those two widgets. So I can see that's where I'm laying it, and I can release my mouse. Okay, so this lead capture form here, this is what makes the lead go directly into your command database. And I'll be showing you that further. All right, last thing I want to show you guys, the widget, because I really like it, is the video widget, especially to add in a virtual tour, for example. So if I had a virtual tour done for this property, I could also add that with the video widget. So that's this widget. All right, but as you guys can see it, and again, feel free to grab any of these widgets and pull them over so you can see what it does, see what you have to work with here. But right now we just laid the layout. Laid the layout of our landing page. Okay, now we're going to go in and edit this or customize it further. Just a heads up, right? We were working primarily with the widgets. I just want to let you guys know there are further content blocks. So at the bottom here, it's kind of hard to see right here, content blocks. This will give you the option if you want to add like a one-off image or, you know, a text box to write something further. You do have the option to do that. Widgets just make your life way easier. All right, but what we need to do, because you'll notice that you can't publish the page yet, right? So this is grayed out until you configure the widgets. So again, you cannot publish the page until you click on the Configure Widgets button on the very bottom right. All right, so Configure Widgets on the very bottom right. And that will show me on a list how many widgets I have added. So here's a list of widgets I have added, along with the green check mark show me, okay, those widgets are good. It would allow me to save it. Right? And the ones that are not checked off, do not have the green check, I need to go in and further customize it to allow me to publish the page. Now, even if it has a green check mark, I usually go through and customize it. So I'm going to click on, sorry, it was a little fast, the very top widget. So whichever one has a 1 next to it, you can go ahead and click on to open. Right, and a lot of this information should be pulling over from your command marketing profile, right? So this is kind of what I was talking about, and you'll see more of this. So this will pull from your command marketing profile, but we can go ahead and edit any information if needed, like if I want to put dashes and my phone number, if I want to put a header text, which usually I do. So for the header text, that will add it right here. Let's say I want it to say proudly presenting 123 Main Street. And it's not that many characters. It's only 30 characters, just a heads up. So it's kind of short. But you'll notice once you click save and apply, it'll immediately, so save and apply on the bottom of this widget, it will immediately update this information, anything you changed, right? Updated my phone number and added this. So if I'm not liking the changes that I made, no problem. I can just change that right away, click save and apply, and it'll update in real time. Okay, so this widget's all good to go. I'm happy with it. So since I click save and apply, I'm then going to come up to the very top right of this widget box. I just want to point out these numbers on the top right. It says like 1 out of 5, for example. That's telling me that I'm on the first widget out of 5. So I can simply click this arrow on the top right to go to the next widget. Like that. Elgin, sorry if I said your name wrong, but do we need the realtor number added? Is the question that will vary based on the area you're in. So like California agents are required to have your DRE number. So depending on where you are, it may or may not be required. You can run that by your broker in charge. They would know best if that is required. All right, so we need to go ahead and add in our listing now. So this is going to pull it from that KWLS 2.0. So let's go ahead and click on Browse Listings from here. So I'm on the listing widget. I'm going to click on Browse Listings. And this will start browsing the KWLS 2.0. So it should look a little familiar. I was on the right-hand side. All right, but right here, you'll see that you have the option to search by property address or MLS number, depending on whatever you think is easiest. So you can search for your listing here. And once you pull that up, and feel free to just grab a random one, they won't know. This doesn't have to go live, but feel free to just test it out, and you can click select next to any of the properties to see what that looks like. Let's try this one. Let's see if I have one with multiple pictures in the MLS. All right, I'm not seeing that. All right, so let's go ahead and select one of those listings. And when you do so, I want to say that in Firefox, I am able to see more listing photos. If you're not seeing your listing photos in here and you know they're in the MLS, try it in Firefox. I can always troubleshoot that for you guys as well. However, it could just be that this property only has one photo in the MLS, so that could be as well. However, in theory, you should see all listing photos display right here on the right-hand side from the MLS. So that would, first of all, allow you to select which photo you would like to be the main photo. So you can simply click on one of those to select. And it will also show the rest of the photos scrolling right here. Again, this one only has one, but if you have multiple photos in the MLS, in theory, they would all pull in and scroll right here for you. Okay, if you have any trouble with that, of course, let me know. But it should automatically now fill in all the property detail information from the MLS. Everything should update automatically on this widget and maintain that really nice layout look. Okay, and that's really all we have to do in order to add our listing in, right? It's as simple as clicking to select the listing, searching and clicking select, and Command does the rest where it autofills all of your information. Autofills all the property information right from the MLS. So I love that, right? Really saves your time. So now let's go ahead and go pop on over to the next widget. So again, I'm using the arrow on the very top right to go to the next widget, right? Because I am on widget 2 of 5. So I'm going next. And a lot of the widgets, you don't have to do a whole lot, right? So this one, for example, all I can do is change interested, less talk. So if you would like it to say contact for a private showing, let's say instead. Right, and I click save and apply. Anytime I save something on the right-hand side, it'll update immediately. So you can always go back and change it if you're not a fan of the update. So that one was very simple for the lead capture form, but a really important widget as that's how you'll capture leads into Command. And of course, I'll show you how to access the leads next. But as we keep going through the next widget, so I'm clicking on that arrow on the top right. And this one, of course, is an optional widget, right? You don't have to use the video widget at all, but let's say you do have a virtual tour that you want to include, or really any other video that you're doing for your marketing. Let me show you how you can add that into your landing page, because video marketing has really become the #1 attention grabber that you can provide for your clients in this day and age. I mean, above and beyond a virtual tour, of course, you know, selling the home a little better, allowing them to walk through the home, you know, even a video of yourself explaining the area or the listing, taking them through the listing. You know, studies, of course, show that seeing someone in a video, right, you feel automatically a lot more connected with them. You get to feel their personality, maybe build a sense of trust. It's kind of like watching a TV show, and by the end of the TV show, you are like actually feel like you're friends with the characters in that TV show. Same kind of feeling here. I know it feels uncomfortable taking video marketing. However, it is the #1 thing you can do to help, you know, maintain a really trustworthy feel between you and your clients outside of just a picture on your website, which can only do so much. So just some advice on video marketing, but let me now talk to you about how to get your video on your landing page. So you would want to first typically put your video that you made on a site like YouTube or Vimeo, whatever you use to host your videos. YouTube is super easy. If you haven't used it in the past, I know I was intimidated by putting videos on YouTube, but it's as easy as clicking this on the top right. So you have a YouTube account because it's a Gmail account, right? Gmail or Google bought YouTube. So your Google account is a YouTube account. So, and you can actually just upload a video right to YouTube. Clearly I have a 2-year-old based of all of this, but you can simply upload your video and then add it to your landing page. Oh, Vimeo is the second one, Vimeo. I would say it's less used, but I do see it quite a bit. I believe it should have somewhat, I think it's free though. Maybe not. Sorry, I'm clearly not a big user of Vimeo. It might not be free, so you might want to use YouTube. I didn't know that. Either way, YouTube is free for you guys to use. And so let's say, you know, you have it up here, you have your virtual tour on YouTube. You can also make these unlisted, so they're not searchable. But if you want to just search Keller Williams even, Keller Williams has a lot of really great marketing. So for videos, so if you do like the app, for example, I can open up whatever video. Let's say I want to use this video in my landing page. All you need to do, it's pretty easy. We'll just click share on the bottom. So on the bottom of any video on YouTube, feel free to practice. You can click share, and then let's just copy this link. So bottom right of any video on YouTube, we're clicking that share option. Share, and then copy. Now all we're doing is we're switching tabs. Right, command will be in a separate tab than YouTube. So I'm going back to the command tab with the KW logo. And I need to just paste in that video URL right here. Okay, so you can right click to paste that. We could put a headline of virtual tour and maybe a description about the gleaming hardwoods and beautiful built-in shelving. Every NLS description I've ever read. Nothing spelled right, I'm doing great. And then we can go ahead and click Save Changes on the very bottom, and it adds that video right in, which is very cool. And I know it says there's an option to upload a video right here. I have not seen that work quite as smoothly as uploading it first to a site like YouTube and then just putting the link right here, and it'll embed it right in, which again gives your marketing a big pop here. All right, guys, and if you have questions on that, we have a 10-minute tip video on how to add videos as well. So I'd be happy to shoot any of those over to you guys. All right, last widget. So we're on 4 of 5. Let's hop on over to the last widget here. Depending on if you added the same widgets as I have, I added a new market snap. So this is giving them neighborhood information about the neighborhood that the listing is in. So first thing I want to do is change the postal code to whatever postal code this listing is in. So postal code, let's go ahead and change that, whatever listing, whatever postal code you guys want to use, it's fine. Once you add in the postal code, it'll then change this neighborhood dropdown to show all neighborhoods that are in that zip code. So I can go ahead and scroll to find that neighborhood that this listing is in. I haven't really seen that these are alphabetized or in any specific order, but you'll have to just scroll to go ahead and find that. You can click. And then click Save and Apply. So for this one, I do not recommend putting in a header because this header will automatically update based on what you put here. Up to you, of course. However, again, this header will update to the correct name of the neighborhood once we click Save and Apply. So I'll show you guys that. So there we go. It changed to the new neighborhood I selected with all of the sold and active stats. So again, all I did for the, if you're taking notes, for the new market snap, all I would recommend doing is putting in the zip code. And then you select the neighborhood from there. Click Save, and then it will do the rest for you. All right, so we did it. We created our landing page, so let's look at what we created. Let's look at the live site, and let's talk about how we can share this out to start capturing leads. So first of all, on the top left, let's go ahead and name our landing page. So on the top left, you can go ahead and name it, you know, just sold or just listed, 123 Main Street, whatever you'd like to name it. Top left, make sure you name that. And then let's click Publish Page. Now don't be worried, no one's gonna find this page even if it's published unless you share it out to them. So let's just go ahead and click Publish Page so you can see what it looks like live. You can always turn it off. But again, no one will see it, so don't worry about that. Let's click on Publish Page on the top right and click on Yes. So again, click on Publish Page on the top right, and click on Yes to confirm. And that'll take you back to the consumer section where we need to click on the landing pages option on the top white toolbar. So again, just in case I lost anyone, we are going to go to back to the consumer section after you publish your landing page, right? We should be in the consumer section, but we just want to make sure that we have the landing pages option selected to view any existing landing pages that you have. All right, so here on the left-hand side, first of all, this is how you can disable your landing page right away. So you can always turn that off easily right here after class. However, if you go ahead and click on this link, so this will show you your live landing page. If you'd like to see what that would look like for clients, feel free to go ahead and click on that. Right. So you can get real fast at creating these listing landing pages once you get in the hang of it. And the reason I say that is, man, this looks professional for only investing, I don't know what, we spent 15, 20 minutes and learning how to do this. And wow, it looks like a professional web page that you had created. So first of all, this is going to be really beneficial for, let's say this is for your listing. Your clients are going to be super impressed that you created their own personalized website to promote their listing. Not to mention, where this comes in huge, right, is let's say I'm a buyer driving past your yard sign, right? So I'm driving past your listing, I see your yard sign, and you have a flyer box out there, right? I do not want another sheet of paper. I don't want to get out of my car, right? So I end up just, keep on driving. Alternatively, this listing landing page can be the new flyer boxes. So let me explain this to you, how you can start promoting your landing pages on your yard signs. So I'm just switching back, just a heads up, that opened in a separate tab if you viewed your live landing page. So just click on the tab that has the KW logo. Okay, and so again, what I want to talk about now is how to start using your landing pages to capture leads from your yard signs. So currently, our biggest problem with that is that this is the URL. That URL is really long and no one's going to remember that, especially if they're driving past a yard sign, right? So you can edit part of this, just to let you know. You can edit it to make it a little less crazy by clicking the 3 dots on the far right. That will give you the option to change the URL. However, it's just not really changing it enough, in my opinion, for yard sign. But I'll show you this. So you can click change URL to go ahead and change it, to 123 Main Street. All right, so you can change a certain amount of it. But as you can see, if you're driving past the yard sign and you saw this, you would still not remember that. All right, so what you can do instead is you can go to a site like GoDaddy, for example, to purchase a domain name. For your first year, it's something like $2.99. We have a code I'll send you guys. And then after that, if you've never purchased a domain name before, or you're not sure what a domain name is, what that would be is purchasing the name of or the address of a website, basically. So if you wanted to buy 123mainstreet.com to put that on all of your signs, again, it's typically like $12 for a year, especially with this market. You're definitely not going to have a listing more than a year. All right. However, what you could do is I see agents get riders, right? So, the little part of the sign you can stick at the top or the bottom. They'll order a rider for just their domain for this property. So let's say 123mainstreet.com. They put that on the rider. And so that would allow clients, when they drive by that house and they see the domain 123mainstreet.com and type that in on their smartphone, that would take them right to this listing landing page where they can get full property information and contact you right away for a private showing. And you would get that lead directly, right? Because again, right, even if they were to grab a flyer box and it had your phone number to call you that way, people are much more encouraged to reach out digitally, I find, lately. So providing them with this avenue is really helpful. And of course, providing them with a virtual tour and so forth. All right, so that is not a required feature, by the way. This is just an additional tip. All right. However, if you do decide to purchase a domain name from a site like GoDaddy.com, and again, for the first year, it's typically $2.99 for the first year. And then at $12 for additional domain names. But so it's a pretty nominal investment is my point, and it can really take you a far way with your branding. So if you do decide to do this, we're happy to forward the domain for you to this landing page. So if you buy 123mainstreet.com and want it forwarded here, shoot us an email. We can set that part up for you. Yeah, great question. Nepali, can you create a QR code for a landing page? Terrific question. You sure can. We can do it for you. If you shoot us an email with the landing page that you want, but pretty cool. If you just Google QR code creator, this is what we use. We use, I'll send it out in the chat to create those. So if you guys ever want to create QR codes, I just put it in the chat. You can put in any listing address, any website address, and it'll create a QR code. We're, of course, more than happy to do it for you. Cool, Canva can do a QR code. Canva is so cool. I just downloaded the Canva app on my phone, and if you haven't already, it is very, very nifty to creating professional marketing pieces. Look, so great suggestion. Thanks, Robin. So if you're not as familiar with QR codes, those are best for your print marketing. So for example, if you send out postcards or business cards, flyer, right? Putting a QR code that all they have to do actually, like my iPhone, if I just pull open my camera app, I can scan my camera app. It kind of looks like a barcode. You've probably seen those. And it'll take them right to the landing page for more information. Great input, guys. Darla, and you are bringing me to my next point of, all right, where do these contacts go, right? You can see on the right-hand side of how many leads came in per landing page. So for example, this one, I got a lead here. So let's talk about how we get notified of those leads and where to find them. Okay, so if you could join me to your command database. So that command database is the second icon from the top. Looks like a little contact icon. First of all, let me start by telling you how you get notified of these leads coming in. So you are notified in 3 ways of these leads coming in from landing pages. One, you are notified from the bell icon on the top right. And actually, I was just playing with this, and so you can see that right here, lead form notification. So this shows me that I had a lead come in from a landing page. All right, so I get it in one way from this bell icon. A second way, you will receive an email notification. And a third way is if you have the Kelly app downloaded on your phone, you'll receive a Kelly notification. Now I'm going to show you how to pull up leads from within your command database as well. So, you know, if you just want to straight up pull up all leads to make sure you've reached out to everyone, let me show you how you would do so. So again, we're in the contact section, and this might be a noteworthy moment. If you want to jot this down, contact section of command. Let's click on the filters option. So that filters option, you can go ahead and select leads only on the very top right. And then click apply. Okay, and I'll show you all of your leads that have come in from the system, so you can double check that you have reached out to any leads. Now these will be leads coming in from your website, mobile app, landing pages, and so forth. All right, and you can see the source within each one of where that came from. However, since we have this created, let me show you how to create a smart view of your leads, and I'll tell you what that means. So make sure, in order to do this, so I'm gonna make it so that you can view all your leads in one click. If you'd like to set this up with me, just make sure that you have the filters button selected and clicked leads only, and click apply. So you should see a bunch of these a bunch of L's next to their names, like this. Now, in order to create a smart view of that, which would allow you to easily just click from a list to view all leads, we just need to click under Smart View where it says All Contacts, probably. Click Create Smart View. We can make this one, you can see the example, or Q2 leads, or landing page leads, or all leads, whatever you would like it to be. Click Save Smart View. You can even set that as the default if you want your leads to show first every time that you come into your command database, you can do that. However, if I just save the Smart Plan view, okay, what it would do, this is how you would be able to alter your smart views. So on the top where it says smart view, it'll default on all contacts usually, unless you just changed it. But then you could easily just switch back and forth between your views right from this list. So I love that. I would set up a smart view. And just a heads up, you also see all your leads on your command dashboard. So right when you log into command, I'm just going to click on this home icon to show you guys. Your recent leads are here. You might have to scroll down to find it. So if you're not seeing that on the top right, your recent leads on the top right of your command dashboard by clicking the home icon, I can show you how to pull up your leads because I think off default they're on the bottom. So let me show you guys that. So if you're on your dashboard and you're seeing your leads on the bottom and you would like to pull that up, you can actually customize your home page here. So again, I'm on the home icon on the left-hand side to get to your dashboard. I just want to point out that you can click customize home on the very top right. And you can move these around. So I can see which ones are selected on the left-hand side. And I believe off default, the leads one is near the bottom. So if that's the case, you can simply click on the dots next to the word leads and pull this up to the top. Okay, so you can adjust this if need be to make it exactly how you would like it to be and click apply. Just kind of a side tip for you. Dan, so this class is being recorded. Just a heads up, I'll have this class up on slmtraining.com. It usually takes like 2 hours to load after class. So I would say by like 4 p.m. Eastern time, I'll have that up. Quick note, if you are ever trying to find our most recent videos, you can always go to youtube.com/ScottLeroy Marketing. I'll put this in the chat. So this is just our general YouTube channel. Again, youtube.com/ScottLeroy Marketing. The reason I bring it up is it shows all of our newest videos right here, which I really like because, of course, we create new content. Every brand new feature that you see in Command, we try and create the tip video right away. So you'll always see our newest content on the very top of our YouTube channel here. So this is where you'll be able to find this class in about 2 hours. About 2 hours from now. I'll have that up. All right, guys. What I want to show you now is how to create an open house sign-in sheet to capture leads from your open houses. Okay, but sorry, one last thing I do want to say on this listing landing page before we switch over to the open house landing page. So you can follow me if you don't mind to the consumer section again. So we're going back to the consumer section of Command. And I'm going to show you how to create one more landing page, again, an open house sign-in sheet so you can capture leads from your open houses right to Command. So we're clicking on the consumer icon on the left-hand side. Okay, and we are going to create a new landing page, but first I'm just going to click on the landing pages option at the top to just mention a couple more things about how you can share this URL out real quick. So we talked about putting this on your rider, on your signs, your yard signs, or maybe like if you got your custom domain or created a QR code, right? You can put that on flyers or postcards, you name it. Right? But other ways that you can share this out, social media is a great one for this, especially Facebook. So let me pull up my Facebook page in case you guys would like to see it, to see how you can very easily share out your listing landing pages on Facebook. Creating Facebook ads. So if you haven't yet, Facebook ads, you can start through Command and capture leads from those in Command, right? And you can actually add these links for the listing landing page to your Facebook ad to help provide more information and capture any leads from those Facebook ads. Of course, that's a totally separate topic and a separate tip video for you guys to watch. But you know, if that's something you're interested in, maybe jot that down to go watch our Facebook ad class, because that can be really beneficial through Command. All right, so what I'm pulling over is my Facebook business page, so I can just show you real quick how to simply share this out. All right. Okay, so let's say I created this landing page like I have. Now I want to share that out to my Facebook to go ahead and start driving traffic from my friends on Facebook to capture those leads into Command that way, right? And any additional, traffic from Facebook. So I can do that by copying this URL. So to do so, I just right-clicked on the URL. So right-click and click copy. Now I'm going to pull over my Facebook page, which I just use as a test. That's why it's not very exciting. All right, but then I can simply just come to create a post. Okay, and the reason that I like these landing pages is that it does bring over the photo of the home. Okay, so once you paste in that URL, okay, you can write whatever else you would like about it, right? Brand new listing, proudly presenting, whatever you would like to say, you know, maybe copy and paste the MLS description to include some of that, and click to post. Right, and again, that will drive traffic from you can do this on Twitter as well, or your Facebook. You go ahead and drive traffic right from here over to that listing landing page. And again, anyone who fills out this lead form would go right to your command database. Yeah, Instagram, yeah, I mean, so Instagram is less friendly with links in itself, right? So I know there's a place to add a link in your bio in Instagram. I think I've seen a feature where you can add links in your Instagram stories. That might be just for the Instagram business side. So just the challenge of Instagram is being able to share a link on Instagram, because if you put a link in the, like if you're putting a post and you put it in the, like your caption, it won't actually link to it. However, you know, if you put 123mainstreet.com in the caption, then they could just type that in. But that's the only trick with Instagram. Technically, yes, you can share this on Instagram. But the key is maybe putting it in your bio, Instagram bio, to make it a clickable link. Good question. Yeah, and these landing pages, you guys can use this for anything you can think of. And so we'll try to expand our ideas for what we can create this for as we go through the open house page here. But this doesn't have to be just to promote a listing. You can really use landing pages to completely customize anything you would like to as well. Neighborhood landing pages are great for buyers in order to search for properties. I'll try to squeeze that in to show you guys that as well. Okay, so now let's do an open house sign-in sheet. So I am in the consumer section of Command, left-hand side, very bottom option. And let's click on create a new page. And then as a landing page. So if you are jotting down notes on how to create new landing pages, step 1, we went to the consumer section of Command. Step 2, click create a new page. And then step 3, as a landing page. And then click create page. So step 4, click create page. All right, guys, so creating the open house sign-in sheet, you're pretty much using all the tools you already know that we learned in the listing landing page to create this. I kind of generally just lay it out slightly differently. So I usually start with a branded header on the right-hand side. So branded header, if you would like to as well, feel free. Then I always add the lead form. Okay, so just a slightly, again, we're putting this in a slightly different layout. So I always put the lead format up top. So the idea behind this is I have either my computer or my tablet, like if you have an iPhone or an Android tablet, and you can have that open at your open house so that whenever people come in, you can let them know, hey, for security purposes, the seller just wants everyone to sign in, or whatever, little spiel you have to convince them to, fill out this form here. Okay, so you can have that open on your computer or tablet. They can fill that in. And again, leads will go directly to your command from that. So now what I can do is I could add in, I usually add in the listing information underneath it, just so A, it makes it prettier, B, they can scroll down and look at any listing information. So if you want to add the listing widget from the right, again, we are just dragging and dropping these widgets to drop it. All right, and lastly, you can add anything you would like to, but I like to wrap these up a lot with the agent branding, which I didn't mention last time. But this is a great way to wrap up the bottom of your landing pages and make those professional. So again, that's the agent branding. If you click and drag to the bottom, this is just what it looks like. And now, again, we always have to click configure widgets. After we're done with the layout, right, we cannot just publish the page straight out until we configure the widgets. So I'm clicking configure widgets. Again, this should be the same process as we just did. So hopefully this is getting a little familiar, a little easier. Right, but on the right-hand side, all we're doing is going through and updating the widgets. So I started on the first one. I clicked on the first one. So maybe this I want to name welcome to the open house. Right, that's what I want to say right here. So I'll go ahead and put the header text and click save. Of course, at this time, you can make any other changes as needed. This information should pull from your command marketing profile. Click save and apply, and you'll notice that updates right away. So now I'm clicking that arrow on the top right. So I'm on widget 1 of 4. I'm going to click the arrow on the top right to get to the second widget. And you can kind of play around with the 2 text fields. So these are the 2 main text fields that we have to work with here for this open house sign in. So you can write something like, please sign in. Thank you for coming. Please sign in. You can put, please sign in. You can put in the property address at this point. Main Street, open house. Please sign in for further information, whatever you'd like to put here. Right, in theory, you're standing right next to them, watching them put it in. So, you know, it doesn't have to be super enticing because, right, you have already convinced them to put it in. Right, just customizing this to an open house field deal. Instead of the interested less talk, you will want to change that. So again, I'm going to go next and go just pop in the correct listing information here. So these next few parts might be a little fast, guys. I'm just going to show you what we've already done. So I'll add in property information. Right, so I'm selecting the listing. It pulls that in automatically. Then the last widget, this is just my contact information that is pulling over from the command marketing profile. So I don't really need to do anything here except check over my information and click save and apply. And I know those widgets were a little fast, but since we've already worked with those, hopefully that was okay for you guys. All right, but so now that I've gone through my widgets, I want to go ahead and click to publish the page on the top. And again, this option is becoming available because I configured my widgets. So I'll click publish page at the top and click on yes. And I do have a 10-minute video on how to create the open house, a landing page and the listing landing page. So I'll shoot those out to you guys if you want a refresher. It just goes over what I showed you, but just in case. Now let's show let me show you how to use this for your open house. All right, so let's say it's the time of your open house. All right, we would have done this before your open house, of course. So create this open house landing page prior to your open house. So when you go in to set up for your open house, bring your computer, your tablet, and you can open up the consumer section of command, just like we have been. Go to the landing page section. And simply just click on the link from here to open it. Okay, that will open it on your computer or your tablet. You can also, text yourself this link to open it that way, but we can just simply open it on your computer or tablet. So it would look like this for your clients, any open house guests to come in. They would fill this in, and let me show you where that goes or what it looks like, because I filled one in just a minute ago before class. So then it'll be the same concept where leads go. However, I'm just going to show you exactly what it looks like when a lead comes in from here. Please note when they are filling this out, so if you are having 2 open houses at once in a weekend, the only downfall of this process we've noticed is command does not currently let you know which landing page the lead came from. So it tells you that the lead came from a landing page, but not which specific landing page, which is of course important in the case of a certain open house. So if that's the case, if you're having multiple open houses this weekend and you want to make sure you're keeping track of that, just in the note, this is just a workaround we've come up with, when they're filling this out, their first name, last name, email, and phone number, in the note here, you know, putting in the property address of the home they're in, right? Or any sort of note to let you know which property this will be for, which landing page that's for, we would recommend that. So again, there's not currently a way to see which landing page the lead came from. So if you're having multiple open houses, I might just recommend as they're filling this out, have them put in, you know, the property address or something to note to you, okay, this came from my open house on 123 Main Street. All right, because let me show you what this looks like when the lead comes in through command. All right, so I'm going to go back to my contact database. And this will be the last thing I show you guys. So if you have, you know, a couple more minutes to stick around, feel free. All right, so I'm just going to show you what that contact looked like. So that lead, it would actually be under all leads, right? Because I have that smart view set up. So I can simply click on the smart views to go to my leads. And there's that landing page test lead. Again, I did this before class. So if you click on that, and if you are practicing, by the way, if you're submitting a test lead from your landing page, just make sure you're using an email address that's not already in your database, okay? Because it will see it as a duplicate contact. So again, if you're testing this, use an email address that's not already in your database. All right, but this is what it looked like. So this came right in from my landing page. Okay, so this is the landing page. Oh, well, on this on the right-hand side, this is what I want to show you guys. So this is the note that would be in the contact form that they filled out, letting you know which landing page this came from, right? Because as you can see right here, the lead source just says KW landing page. I imagine KWRI is working to add in that feature. Going to ideas.kw.com is where you can go to like upvote ideas for KW to put that in. Again, that's ideas.kw.com. If you would like to upvote that feature to get that added even faster. These landing pages do not show up on your website. However, we can embed these landing pages onto your website. However, if you're creating, you know, a website page from scratch, that's a separate option. So like when you go to create a new page from the consumer section, like we have been doing, technically the custom site option, right? This is for adding new pages on the custom site, and the landing pages would actually be separate. However, we have a workaround where we can embed the landing page into your site. So if you would like help with that, Charles, feel free to shoot us an email, support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we can help you with that. Christina, yeah, the problem is though, when the leads are coming in, they're not showing which landing page that they're coming through. So just answering some questions here. And I'll let you guys go. As you guys are wrapping up here, I'm going to shoot over just a couple of tip videos that will help you guys. I know for one of you especially asked about landing pages that would be great for your buyers, right? And the neighborhood landing pages would be best for that as a part of the monthly neighborhood nurture. I'll show you guys what that looks like real quick, and I will show you. And I sent a video in the chat of how to set up a neighborhood landing page. Okay, and I'll show you what that looks like so you can see if that is something that you want to watch. Let's go to Albus Dumbledore here. Okay, so real quick, this is just one extra landing page that I'm a very big fan of in Command. And the 10-minute tip video I just put in the chat will show you exactly how to create this. I'm just going to show you a preview what it looks like, because this landing page is best for buyer clients, especially long-term buying clients. So I'm just showing you it real quick. I don't expect you to know how to make it based on this little preview. However, this landing page will give your long-term buyers the ability to search for homes right from the landing page. It will allow them to also see neighborhood stats and so forth. So I'm just going to this is again just a preview of what you can create, and then the tip is in the chat. So right here, again, great for your clients to be able to search listings. I like that. That's great. Listing searches are great. It's a personalized website for your client to search on, which really makes them feel right that you've gone the extra mile. It will allow them to favorite properties, and you would be notified of those saved properties on the contact timeline. But where I really get excited about this tool is the neighborhood stats on the top right. This is where I think really sets this tool apart from sites like Zillow and so forth. It would show them, you know, the neighborhood stats for the current stats, sold stats, and so forth. Transit and commute, so, you know, how far this neighborhood is to their place of work, nearby schools, places, syncs with Yelp, right? So, and of course, a contact form. So this is one of my favorite landing pages for your buyer contacts. Again, there's a 10-minute tip video in the chat on how to do this. It's a pretty easy thing to set up, and I would recommend it. And I'll show you how to send it out as well as a part of a smart plan. If you're watching this class recorded, I'll put that tip video in the chat or in the description of this YouTube video. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I'll stick around to send over a couple other tip videos for the live class. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. support@scottleroymarketing.com. We'd be more than happy to help you through any of this. I hope this helped, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.